mechanism, how, and one more thing, if the question will be asked in the NEET, which are the two compounds which causes the concentration of urine or urine become highly concentrated, there are the two compounds which makes the urine 4 times more concentrated as compared to the initial filtrate form. What are that? NaCl and urea. NaCl and urea, these are the two compounds which makes the urine more concentrated because of counter current mechanism. So what happens, see, suppose as I have told you that this ascending limb of endless loop, this is more permeable to the electrolyte. That means what will happen, the electrolyte NaCl, first Na will come out. Okay, Na will come out, sodium Na. Then the Na plus will pull Cl negative also from this filtrate. Then what will happen? This Cl negative will also come out. Both will form what? NaCl, and they will enter into the descending limb of vasa recta. So NaCl, that is electrolyte, okay, where they are entering? They are entering into the descending limb of vasa recta, and in vasa recta is a blood capillary. Obviously, it will carry the blood. So this NaCl will mix with the blood of descending limb of vasa recta. With this blood, the NaCl will come down like this. Okay, and as this blood is entering into the ascending limb of vasa recta, what will happen? The NaCl will come out into the medullary interstitium. Okay, like this process continuously takes place because of counter current only. Okay, this NaCl, first of all, when filtrate is moving up, NaCl comes out into what? Descending limb of vasa recta. From descending limb of vasa recta, NaCl mixes with the blood and going downward. And as this blood is entering into the ascending limb of vasa recta, this NaCl comes out into the medullary interstitium. So what happens in this inner medulla? NaCl concentration will increase. Clear? Now one more thing is there. This collecting duct, from this collecting duct, see, this collecting duct secretes small quantity of urea also into the medulla. So in this inner medulla, the concentration of two solutes or two compounds are very, very high. What are that two compounds? NaCl and urea. Clear? That's why the inner medulla osmolarity, the osmolarity of inner medulla is very, very high. That is how much? 1200 milliosmol per liter. Now what is the osmolarity? First of all, I am telling you. Suppose there are the two solutions are there. One is highly concentrated solution, another one is what? Very, very dilute solution. So in this, whose osmolarity will be high? That concentrated solution osmolarity will be high. You all know na, concentrated solution. Take a glass of water, take 2 glasses of water. Okay, in 1 glass of water, put 100 gram of sugar and stir it. And what will form? A solution will form. And to the another glass, you just take a 10 gram of sugar and mix it. Then tell me who will be more concentrated. That 100 gram which you have added, that solution will be more concentrated. But the water in which you have added the 10 gram sugar, that is what? Very, very dilute. So whose osmolarity will be more? That 100 gram sugar. So sugar is a solute. If where the place where more solute is there, that will be what? Highly concentrated. And you all know about osmosis. Okay, what is the law of osmosis? The movement of water from the region of its higher concentration to the region of its lower concentration, or the movement of water from the low concentrated solution to highly concentrated solution. Clear? So if you will divide that two solution A and B, in one solution you have added 100 gram of sugar, and in another solution you have added 10 gram of sugar. You separated them by the semi-permeable membrane. Then water will flow from that 10 gram solution to 100 gram solution. Low concentrated solution to high concentrated solution. This is the rule of what? Osmosis. Now see here. As you are seeing in the cortex, the osmolarity is very, very poor. That is 300 milliosmol, because here NaCl and urea are not that much. Okay, this I have written just to explain you. Don't keep attention there. But in outer medulla, 600, somewhat increasing. Middle medulla, the osmolarity become what? 900 milliosmol, and inner medulla osmolarity is highest. That is how much? 1200 milliosmol per liter. Clear up to here? Okay. Now what happened? I have already told you, when the filtrate is moving in the ascending limb of Henle's loop, then what will happen? It will enter into the DCT, and in DCT reabsorption not takes place in a normal condition. Okay, it is the line of NCERT. At the time of emergency only the DCT will absorb the sodium and water. Now what happens? This dilute filtrate will enter into what? Collecting duct, and that dilute filtrate, dilute means what? Having the more concentration of water. That dilute filtrate will come down like this from here. Okay, that dilute filtrate will come down through this what? Collecting duct. It is moving downward, downward, downward. Now what happens when this dilute filtrate, which contains the more quantity of water, passes through this region, inner medulla, whose osmolarity is very very high. That means 1200 milliosmol. Then why it is more here? Because here more NaCl is present, here more urea is also present. So NaCl, urea are what? Very very high in this region. Clear? So that's why this region osmolarity is what? Very very high. And according to the law of osmosis, here more water is present in this filtrate, and outside very high concentrated region, osmolarity is very very high because solute is very high. So what will happen? Due to osmosis, the water will start coming out into what? Medullary interstitium. The water will start coming out into the medullary interstitium. In this way, this collecting duct reabsorb large quantity of water back into the medullary interstitium. In this way, large quantity of water can be reabsorbed. And then what will happen? This dilute filtrate which is moving downward, that because of coming out of the water from it, that dilute filtrate will become what? Concentrated. Hence, and that filtrate is also considered as a urine. So because of coming out of the water, our urine become what? 4 times more concentrated as compared to the initial filtrate form. Clear? So this all what? Because of what? Counter current mechanism. So if the questions will be asked in the Neet, okay. So NaCl is coming out from the which limb of vasa recta? You have to write ascending limb of vasa recta. Clear? Urea is coming into the inner medulla. Why? Because of what? Collecting duct. The collecting duct is secreting out urea. If they will ask you why this inner medulla is having the highest osmolarity or highly concentrated area, why? Because of the presence of the two solutes called as the NaCl and urea. Clear? So this all about what? Counter current mechanism. I hope you all understood. Okay, and one more thing, as this descending limb of Henle's loop is permeable to water. So when the filtrate is moving downward, it become what? Concentrated. And the ascending limb of the vasa recta, okay, it is permeable to electrolyte but impermeable to water. So when the filtrate is moving upward, it get what? Diluted. And that diluted filtrate only passing into this collecting duct, and when it is coming out, because of osmosis, outside higher osmolarity, this filtrate is having the low osmolarity, the H2O comes out and the filtrate become 4 times more concentrated as compared to the initial filtrate formed here in the Bowman capsule. So like this, urine formation takes place and urine become 4 times more concentrated as compared to the initial filtrate form. I hope you all understood. Thank you.